I can't wait when me and my son just go visit your grave one day. You feel me? Because that's what you're trying to do right now while we living our lives, separate, whatever, from the chaos. Yo, ass wanna...
The internet didn't just wake up today. It erupted because Chrisean Rock didn't walk, didn't jog, didn't speedwalk like a confused auntie in Walmart. No, she ran off like the cops were chasing her in an episode of Bad Girls Club, Fugitive Edition. And why? Because Karlissa, the undefeated heavyweight champion of motherly chaos, picked up that phone, called the police with the confidence of a woman filing a complaint against Destiny, and then handed over Ronny's shocking evidence. Like she was dropping nuclear codes on live TV. This makes the eye. Kardashians look like a church. Picnic. The second the world heard Karlissa called the cops, social media didn't blink, it glitched. Screens froze. Timelines collapsed. Group chats exploded like someone leaked Beyoncé's location. But when news spread that Ronny arrived with receipts, screenshots, secrets, and enough ammunition to reboot the entire Blueface cinematic universe, that's when the internet officially stopped breathing. People didn't sip water. They didn't blink. They didn't move. They entered full spectator mode like, oh yeah, this is about to get biblical. This wasn't drama. This was apocalyptic entertainment. The kind of chaos that makes producers sit quietly and whisper, we can't script this better. When this scandal first hit the internet, it didn't spread slowly like normal news, it detonated. One minute, people were scrolling peacefully, minding their business. And the next minute they were staring at headlines saying Chrisean Rock took off sprinting like she was late to her own arrest. The story didn't politely knock. It kicked down the door, threw glitter everywhere, and screamed, wake up! And the best part? The chaos hadn't even warmed up. The moment Karlissa's phone call leaked, everybody knew things are about to turn into a social media demolition derby. The background of this drama was already simmering long before the explosion. Tension between Chrisean, Bino Blueface, and Karlissa had been cooking like a pot of unattended noodles on high heat. Every week brought new arguments, new lives, new emotional weather conditions. But today? Today was the day the pot boiled over, shattered, and set the whole kitchen on fire. Karlissa woke up with the spirit of a woman who had decided she wasn't holding back anymore. She moved with prophetic determination, the kind that makes you think she drinks pure drama for breakfast, the moment Karlissa dialed 911. The internet experienced a collective flashback to every chaotic live stream she's ever delivered. People said she sounded like she wasn't reporting a situation, she was narrating a season finale. Her voice was a mix of motherly fury, dramatic storytelling, and a dash of, I warned you all 10 episodes ago. She gave the dispatcher a storyline with more twists than a Marvel timeline. This wasn't a report. This was a monologue. A performance. A sermon wrapped in confusion and sprinkled with generational trauma. Meanwhile, Chrisean was nowhere near in the mindset to sit still and deal with Karlissa's energy. The second she realized police were being called, she left the scene so fast the wind needed a moment to catch up. People said she ran like she heard Blueface was giving out loyalty tests. Others said she ran like Zeus Network was offering her a contract to escape. Either way, her feet clocked in overtime. The internet instantly turned into a meme festival, editing Chrisean into Olympics footage, car chase scenes, and superhero movies. Her sprint became a global event, and then Ronny arrived. Not casually, not shyly, but with the confidence of a man carrying the missing chapter in a scandal everyone thought they already understood. He pulled up with evidence like he was entering the courtroom after rehearsing in the mirror for weeks. People swear he walked in slow motion, holding screenshots like holy scriptures. Ronny didn't just bring receipts. He brought receipts, invoices, screenshots, timestamps, and enough digital paperwork to shut down an entire family group chat for eternity. The leaks he exposed weren't small. They weren't mild. They weren't even reasonable. They were scandal seasoning, heavily marinated in messciences, betrayal, and oh no, he didn't energy. Ronny connected dots nobody knew existed. He exposed conversations people assumed were deleted. He showed proof of arguments that had only been rumors. It felt like he had been collecting material since 2021, storing it in a secret vault labeled "Break Glass in case of ultimate chaos." And Karlissa? She snatched that vault open like it her life's mission. Karlissa, Seeing Ronny's evidence transformed from furious mother to full-blown gladiator. She went live again, yelling with the passion of someone who finally got the plot twist she'd been waiting to weaponize. She said things like, "See? I told y'all," with enough chest power to fuel a jet engine. She pointed fingers, declared prophecies, and dragged Blueface so hard his name hit the pavement. She didn't just expose him. She exposed him in HD, 4K, Dolby Atmos, DTS surround sound. And IMAX.BINO tried joining the conversation, but Karlissa talked over him like he was background noise. Every time he tried to calm things down, she raised her volume. Every time he tried clarifying, she added new plot points. Bino didn't stand a chance. He looked like a man who wanted to physically leave the live but was spiritually trapped. Viewers said he blinked in Morse code asking for help. He didn't say it, but his soul whispered, "Why am I here?" Fans watching the live stream were in shambles. They weren't just listening. They were invested like stockholders in a failing company. They paused their meals. They put children to sleep early. They canceled plans. People who didn't even know who Karlissa was ended up glued to their screens like they were watching the season finale of a drama they accidentally binge-watched. The chat flew so fast it looked like chaos typing chaos dot through all the screaming. Accusations, receipts, and emotional whiplash. One thing became clear: the evidence Ronny delivered didn't just change the storyline. It rewrote the entire family dynamic. The truth wasn't a slap. It was a meteor strike. A demolition. A narrative reset button slammed at full force. Blueface's reputation took a nosedive before anyone even confirmed what the evidence actually proved. The internet didn't need details to start dragging him, and as the drama reached peak ridiculousness, everyone had one question: what exactly did Ronny reveal? Was it about a child? A lie? A betrayal? A secret conversation? Something deeper? Nobody knew. And that only made people hungrier. Karlissa fed the confusion like gasoline on flames, refusing to explain anything clearly. She talked in riddles, half-truths, and dramatic statements with no context. And the viewers? They obsessed over every word like detectives working a case with no clues by the time the livestream ended. The internet felt like it had just run a marathon alongside. Chrisean, breathless, confused, entertained, disturbed. Still, ready for more because the drama wasn't calming. Down it was evolving the second Karlissa's live ended. The internet didn't return to normal, it upgraded to a more chaotic version of itself. TikTok turned into a non-stop crime scene recap channel, with creators narrating the meltdown like historians documenting the fall of an empire. Twitter spiraled into a digital riot with threads longer than the Bible. Instagram flooded with edits, remixes, and slow-mo zoom-ins on Karlissa's forehead vein. People didn't just react, they committed. It was as if the entire internet clocked in for a full-time job titled Professional Drama Analyst. Celebrities who had nothing to do with this storyline suddenly had opinions like they were on the payroll. Rappers popped up live talking about, "I knew this day would come," even though nobody asked. Influencers posted vague captions like, "When truth comes out, it hits hard," acting like they were personally betrayed. Even B-list reality stars, people whose careers expired peacefully years ago, crawled out of obscurity to comment on the situation. It's like the scandal activated a universal "let me get relevant again" alarm. And the memes? Oh, the memes were so disrespectful they needed a parental warning. People edited Chrisean running out of scenes like she was in GTA, dodging police stars popping onto the screen. Another meme showed her sprinting with the caption, "When you hear Karlissa say, 'I'm calling the cops.'" Someone even photoshopped Ronny into an FBI vest holding a folder labeled, "Confidential, Blueface Truths." One viral TikTok showed Karlissa screaming while the Titanic music played softly in the background. The internet didn't care about feelings. It cared about content. Ronny became the internet's new favorite villain-hero hybrid. Some people treated him like a whistleblower saving the community. Others said he was cloud-chasing with Olympic-level commitment. People dug up old clips of Ronny and slowed them down for hidden clues. Suddenly, everyone acted like Ronny had been planning this moment for years, building up evidence like a Marvel villain waiting for his final act. The fact he delivered the receipts with such confidence only made the internet trust him more and hate him harder. Meanwhile, Blueface tried to respond, but his posts only made things worse. He dropped a vague tweet with laughing emojis, which fans interpreted as guilt, arrogance, deflection, and emotional constipation all at once. He then posted a selfie like the DNA scandal was a minor inconvenience. People flooded his comments asking, "Sir, are you aware your family tree is collapsing in 4K?" But Blueface kept posting like his phone only had 2 apps. Instagram in denial, Chrisean finally responded too, and her comment section erupted like a volcano made of petty. She posted a short sentence about protecting her energy, which fans immediately translated into 20 different meanings. Some said she was warning Karlissa. Others claimed she was shading Blueface. A few insisted she was about to expose someone next. Her vague reactions caused more chaos than a full confession. The internet analyzed her punctuation like forensic linguists, studying rants and notes, but the real shocker came when viewers started rewatching the live and catching details they missed the first time. People spotted Ronny smirking in the background like he was enjoying the flames. They noticed Karlissa's tone shifting randomly between rage, prophecy, and confusion. Some pointed out Bino's facial expressions, claiming he looked like he was spiritually exiting his own body. The entire livestream transformed into a puzzle with millions of people trying to decode every gesture, blink, and side out. Then came the conspiracy theories, because the internet will always add extra seasoning to chaos. Some users claimed Karlissa staged the entire situation for attention. Others said Ronny secretly recorded everything weeks ago, waiting for maximum impact. A few unhinged viewers suggested Blueface swap DNA samples to hide something bigger. And then there were the people who believed Chrisean ran because she already knew the truth and didn't want to get dragged into the emotional explosion. The theories became so wild they started sounding like rejected Netflix show plots. Influencers made full-length breakdowns of the scandal, using whiteboards, charts, arrows, and dramatic lighting like they were solving a murder case. One YouTuber created a timeline from 2019 to now, claiming this drama was inevitable. Another created a family tree and scribbled question marks all over Blueface's section. Even tarot readers jumped in, pulling cards to predict future meltdowns. The algorithm couldn't keep up. What made the situation even more insane was how the public switched sides every 20 minutes. One moment, Karlissa was the hero exposing the truth. The next moment, she was the villain for calling the cops. Then Ronny became the victim. Then Bino became the scapegoat. Then Blueface became the villain again. Then Chrisean became the feminist icon of running from stress. It was a chaotic carousel of opinions rotating faster than Karlissa's mood swings. Brands started tweeting reactions. Fast food restaurants made memes about the scandal. Even random corporations jumped in with "when the group chat is this messy" content. That's when everyone knew the scandal hit another level, the corporate meme phase. Once brands start joking about your family meltdown, it's officially part of internet history. Some fans demanded Karlissa explain the evidence clearly, but she refused. Instead, she doubled down on mysterious statements like, "Y'all ain't ready for the whole truth," spoken in the tone of someone who definitely doesn't have the whole truth either. Her live became the gospel of confusion, leaving people hanging on every emotionally charged, incomplete sentence. Karlissa didn't expose the truth, she exposed the audience's patience. Bino tried again to speak publicly, but nobody believed him. People insisted his attempts to calm things down were just him denying involvement. Every word he said became a meme. Every explanation became ammunition. Viewers dragged him so hard that even people who didn't know him joined the roasting party. He became the internet's emotional punching bag for the week. As the drama climbed to its peak, the entire situation transformed into a full-blown community event. People made popcorn. Some gathered friends. Others hosted livestream reactions like it was an award show. Even news outlets started reporting on the fiasco because the views were too good to resist. It stopped being gossip. It became a digital festival of chaos with Karlissa as the main performer. And as the memes multiplied and the theories expanded, the main question haunting everyone was simple: what happens now? The mood was electric. Suspense everywhere. Nobody dared log off because this wasn't the end. This was the build-up to something even crazier. When the dust finally began to settle, or at least pretended to, the internet realized something horrifying. This scandal wasn't winding down. It was mutating. The aftermath didn't feel like the end of a story. It felt like the beginning of a sequel nobody asked for but everyone secretly wanted. The energy was off, tense, unstable. You could practically hear the Wi-Fi sighing under the weight of the drama. People woke up still checking updates like they were monitoring a hurricane alert. The first major aftershock hit Blueface. His reputation, already wobbling for months, collapsed like a folding chair under pressure. Fans didn't even pause to analyze. They immediately appointed him villain of the month. Every comment section became a courtroom, every meme a prosecution, every joke a sentencing. People dragged him so thoroughly that his followers dropped faster than the plot twists in the saga. It wasn't just criticism, it was a digital beatdown. The man couldn't post a selfie without someone commenting, "Where the DNA at?" Or "Karlissa sent me." Karlissa, on the other hand, went from frantic mother to internet supervillain to unexpected folk hero depending on the hour. Some praised her for exposing the truth. Others said she needed a nap, a therapist, and a 30-day social media ban. Then there were the fans calling her Mother Chaos, claiming she carries the storyline like it's her destiny. She continued posting emotional messages that sounded like prophecy mixed with spoken word poetry. Each one added more confusion and somehow created new subplots. Her energy didn't calm down, it intensified. Chrisean became a mystery. She didn't scream. She didn't rant. She didn't break furniture or go on a midnight live. She simply ran physically, emotionally, spiritually, and then stayed strangely quiet afterward. That silence spooked people more than any meltdown could. Fans started overanalyzing her absence. Was she hiding? Cooling off? Gathering her own receipts? Planning revenge? Theories exploded like fireworks. Every little move she made became a clue. Even her not posting became content. Ronny, meanwhile, was living his best villain-hero dream. The aftermath placed him on a pedestal nobody expected. Some said he was brave for exposing the truth. Others called him messy for stirring the pot. Regardless, he became the internet's new favorite unpredictable character. He dropped cryptic messages like, "Y'all don't even know the half," sending fans into spirals. Suddenly, everyone wanted Ronny's POV, his screenshots, his side of the story. He was accidentally famous and enjoying every second. But the worst fallout wasn't from the public chaos. It was from the family drama spiraling out of control. Blueface's relatives started posting shade that made things even murkier. Some defended Karlissa. Others subtly dragged her. A few hinted they knew more secrets. The family tree became a battlefield of indirect insults and half-truths. It wasn't just messy, it was archaeological. People started digging into old interviews, old tweets, old clips, trying to trace when the cracks first formed. The scandal even spread outside their circle. Other influencers started using it as motivation for their own content. "Don't end up like Blueface's DNA situation" became a trending joke. Podcasters used it as a topic for long discussions about truth, loyalty, motherhood, and how quickly drama escalates. Even comedians added it to their sets. This wasn't just a family meltdown anymore. It was a cultural reference point. Meanwhile, the internet kept obsessively replaying the moment Chrisean took off running like she had a sponsorship from Nike. That clip alone became a global meme. People edited her into marathons, movie scenes, crime documentaries, and even video games. In one edit, she outruns Forrest Gump. In another, she dodges the cops in GTA with 5 stars. Her sprint became so iconic that people started joking she needs her own athletic apparel brand called Rock Run. The deeper the meme well got, the harder the internet laughed out, but beneath the jokes, fans sensed something bigger. Something darker. Something unresolved. The evidence Ronny dropped wasn't fully explained. Karlissa's accusations weren't clearly defined. Blueface's silence wasn't clarified. Chrisean's reaction wasn't understood. The entire scandal was a puzzle, and each piece created a new question. People weren't satisfied. They wanted closure, answers, clarity, but this family doesn't do clarity. They do chaos, confusion, and cliffhangers. Chaos, confusion, and cliffhangers. The aftermath left everyone emotionally exhausted. Group chats turned into support groups. Timeline warriors needed hydration breaks. Livestream addicts needed rest. Yet, despite the fatigue, nobody logged off. Everyone remained glued to the drama like it was oxygen. The need to know what happens next kept people refreshing apps, like addicts waiting for their next hit of madness. As the hours turned into days, the internet realized something uncomfortable. This scandal changed how everyone views the entire Blueface universe. The brand once built on bravado, jokes, and messy relationships was now stained with police involvement, DNA mystery, mother-son chaos, and a running clip that will live forever. Even people who didn't care before suddenly cared too much. The characters in this drama weren't just people anymore. They became symbols of dysfunction, comedy, tragedy, and entertainment blended into one strange cocktail. The emotional toll on each person became obvious. Blueface's pride was bruised. Chrisean's trust was shaken. Karlissa's sanity was questioned. Bino's peace was demolished. Ronny's demons were flooded. Fans were drained. Critics were energized. Trolls were thriving. The internet was divided, united, exhausted, and addicted. The chaos had taken a life of its own, and just when people thought the scandal couldn't possibly escalate further, whispers began circulating about a new leak brewing in the shadows. Another clip. Another message. Another reveal. Another twist waiting to strike like lightning. The audience knew instinctively that the next chapter was going to hit harder than this. One, because this wasn't the final act. This was the halfway cliffhanger, and if this storyline has taught us anything, it's that with this family, the next explosion is always around the corner.